What's up everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today we're going to be doing mechagodzilla versus Godzilla, their atomic breaths sort of blasting at each other in the middle. So it's kind of focused on their heads and just sort of that bit of atomic breath right in the middle. So I have another one pretty similar to this, just of them sort of facing off, but there's been a lot of requests for me to do one with their actually atomic breath coming out of their mouths. So if you request, you shall receive. Well, on Patreon. I do my best to read all the requests on YouTube, but there's so many. Patreon's definitely the best way to contact me. Anyway, so I guess we'll start with his eye sort of area, right? So, and then we'll build around that. So center point of my page is about here, up over to the right, and we'll go with his eye. Just mechagodzilla here, Godzilla's head here. So to start with his eye, right, we'll just do the whole, that all the gears inside, right? So you just do up and down like so. And then this comes diagonal like that. And this goes down this way. And then we bring it underneath over to there. So his lens of his eye, that kind of red eye is inside here, right? So you just do sort of an oval, like so. And this has like a couple of lenses at the back with a piece of metal going diagonally underneath. So mechagodzilla now is kind of really complicated sort of piece of machinery, so I'll simplify it as best as I can. And then some lines there, and you just color in your shadows, right? So you'll just darken up some of the gaps. And there's like, you know, another sort of box in there, and you can darken up these. So when in doubt with mechagodzilla, just add a shadow. It makes things easier. And then another metal plate at the front here, going diagonal this way. And we'll leave this part white, and then another sort of white area here. We'll color this black. Kind of like that, okay? So then the main shape for his head, right? So he's got like armor on his head that goes back this way. So it comes down, across, like so. And it goes diagonal up, right? We'll go back up to the front, bring it around the back of his head. So this comes up, and then we go down this way, real long, like so. And then this comes down around the back, and this will run up towards his head again. So we'll go diagonal up that way, and then we'll sort of step up in like so. We'll kind of go up again and then down this way. Lots of different ways of breaking up these shapes now. So like to make it look kind of 3D, you just add kind of extra lines around. And so like that kind of stuff, and something else there, like so. Breaking it up now into sort of more box-like shapes and stuff. Add some like dots and nuts and bolts and things coming around. You can do as much of this now as you want. You can break it up into different shapes, like really small, but it's kind of up to you. And then so then his snout kind of comes out this way, right? So comes out, steps down, across, and then we kind of have a bit that sticks up and then comes across. Then we go diagonal that way. And then I think we can see some of his brow on the other side, just like a little bit here. comes back that way. So at the front then we've all these teeth and square shapes that come down his mouth, right? So we go down, out, down at first. And then this comes kind of around for the top of his mouth. And then we meet a tooth, big square tooth. That. Another smaller one beside. And then we will go across, down, and then another big tooth here. And then this line continues to go down like this. And then we'll bring it back up, so it points back up this way. And then comes down again. It goes in behind his head plate then here. Like so. Right, so out, down, in to here, right? And then we have the other side of his mouth that comes down, and this part is kind of mostly in shadow, so we've got like squares for his teeth on the other side, right? But it's all like dark inside here. And this will go down around jaggedy sort of lines like that, okay? Right, so then we got to break all this up into different shapes and stuff. So like this. Down around. Right, and I think he has like speakers and stuff like on his face here. So just these kind of circles, some circles inside them. And you can break that up into another section as well. Well, you're trying to draw sort of armor plating and different sorts of metal plating and stuff. You know, some more up here, like just, and it's always like vertical lines or horizontal lines, and not always, but you know, like you can have diagonal ones, but you want it to be sort of straight-ish. Comes down that way. So then the bottom jaw, right? There's all like hinges and things inside here, but we'll just get the shape for the bottom jaw in first. And this comes around like so. And about here we'll start meeting some like jagged sort of boxes and things like that. And then this comes up, step in, across. And again we have like all square sort of teeth and things all inside here. Like this kind of stuff, right? These ones kind of bend compared to these ones, right? They have a little bend on them for some reason. Not all of them, but these ones do anyway. And then we just add some more sort of teeth and boxes and all stuff down here. So the inside of his jaw then will come up just inside here, and it kind of steps out and it goes back in, and then we have another plate for the jaw here. Comes down like so, down to there. And then he's got like another speaker in here or something. Goes back this way, like so, and another one here. Circle, circle, and you want to add like edge lines and break up sort of. The armor parts of his jaw and all that, so breaking it up, trying to make you do your best to make it look kind of mechanical and all that. And like another sort of hinge or something here, like a box on the side plate here. Like so, right, and then so all inside like his mouth there's these like pistons that drive the mouth up and down, so they're like tubes basically. So there's like one here, and it joins like the top of his mouth kind of up here with, there's more mechanical stuff. Another one here. And like all in here be black. I'll just put like dots and stuff. Like all these shadows, I'll color it after because it's just quicker to do it that way. But like you'll add shadows in behind, just all in here. And then another side of his mouth there. Right, so that's kind of his head, right? You can add more detail or less. It's totally up to you how much of that you want to do, right? Then, so his back and his neck and all these fins that go back here. So let's say there's like, it kind of starts to bump up this way. And we have those neck fins that go up, down, kind of step out, down, step back in, like that, right? So that's your general shape. And we just do as much as we can fit of these. Going all the way back this way. So you just like so. There's maybe one more just starting sort of here. So there's more of those that go back, so you can add more or less. And on the top, right, so we have this red sort of light on top of each one, sort of like that. And we may have like an edge corner like that. And then there's like boxes inside. Seems like dots that come down here. Right, like that. And then there's all plates and armor that go back this way. So we just got to, there's no easy way of doing it. You just got to draw them one by one. So these kind of plates that go back here starts like this. This one goes up and under here. And this one has like lines that go this way. Can edge to it again. And then some more starting to go off my page, just back that way. And then like some more boxes and shapes and stuff up here. A line going that way, curve line like that, edge line. And anywhere there's like a gap, right? So like, you know, like in here, so you could color this, you could shade this in dark, you know? Kind of like over here, you know? You could like shade this and then all that. But I'll do it all at once, but I'll just show you an example. You know, like this. Dark shadows in the gaps. Right, and you can do some mechanical lines and things inside these gaps just to leave some white spaces, but you know, this will be black, this will be black. Like that, right? You know, like in here, dark shadow. So then the rest of the neck then goes down this way, right? So it comes down roughly like here, and a bit of his shoulder sticks out, comes out and down this way. So I'll draw that. So we're bumping, right? Shoulder. It has all gear and stuff all in there, right? But that's like his arm going down that way. So, right. So then he's got like lines and stuff on his neck. So, like so, and then there's like shadows and stuff all inside here, and then neck plates like this kind of thing coming around his neck. Right, and then these have lines like so coming down this, and then like a bolt or something on each one. So he's like, there's like all pipes and stuff underneath, and to make them stand out again, I would recommend colouring around them black. So, you know, all in around here would be dark black. You can add more texture and things to your sections here if you want. And right, so then more plates on his neck and chest and stuff, right? So down around here, like so. Like that, and then we'll try and like break up his shoulder just into more sort of armor and stuff. Just kind of like this kind of thing. And some more sort of coming down this way. So you're just sort of breaking it up as best you can now. I'm kind of just making it up, so right, like that. And you know, your shadow areas will be black as well, kind of like up here. Okay, but I'll color them all at once. So we'll go over now and do Godzilla's head. Okay, so just across from mechagodzilla, we'll start with his eye again. So we go a lemon sort of shaped eye, like this, and we'll give him a kind of cat-like sort of eye, like that. So then he's got like a frowning brow sort of section coming up like so, right? And eventually it'll come back to like the spikes on his head. You know, it kind of bumps around here. You can have texture and everything, skin, stuff. I could probably draw Godzilla now in my sleep. I've done him so much. And then another sort of frowning section just here. And eventually it becomes the top of his head, right? So this will like come back this way. And then his skull joins the neck sort of back here. Right, so we're going off back this way. You can add as much texture now and stuff. Like that. So his eye has these wrinkles and stuff that come around. So this one comes up the back of his head here, and then in this gap, right? So you can like add some shadow and stuff. So in this gap, he's got like eyelid lines and, you know, stuff coming around his eye and things. Lots of texture and things like that. So you can do as much of this now as you want. So, and then his snout kind of comes out the front, so it'll go, it's real like square sort of snout. So it'll go out and then curve down like that, right? And then his top lip sort of bumps around like so. Right, and this will kind of go down. Back to the back of his jaw, pretty far back that way, and then you could have like a section that comes up the back of his head here. There's eventually going to be like spikes and stuff that start going back that way. And he also has loads of those extra skin lines that come out from the front here, so goes down, so one, so we do one, so here comes up, back that way, like another one maybe here, and these will have like wrinkles and hatching lines and stuff on them as well. So lots of this sort of texture. Right, and then his nose, so he's got like nostril sort of here, long sort of nostril at the front with some texture around it, and then like bumps along his top lip line just there, like that, right? So that's like the top of his skull basically. So then we got to do the bottom. So the jaw curves out around this way, down like that, and then bring it up to there, and then we'll go back around this way and then into the top jaw. And you can put like texture and skin and stuff like so. So like as much of this sort of bumping stuff now as you want around here, you know. Right, so then we got that sort of skin line that like dinosaurs and stuff have at the side of his mouth, like so. And then, does he have a gum line? It looks like he has a bit of a gum line where the teeth come out, right? So basically what that means is just here, right, we'll have this bumping sort of line like that, where the teeth kind of stick out from the gums. Can we see something similar on the other side? Not as visible on the other side, but we'll add the teeth here first. So his teeth are kind of small, so they're not like crazy big dinosaur teeth or anything. Probably see some coming out the other side of his mouth. Like that. And like some small ones here. So we can't really see the gum line down here. Like maybe a little bit like there, but the teeth are quite small down the bottom. Kind of like that, and then we can just see his tongue coming out from his mouth like here, so it goes like down, sort of sticks out here down to there. Then can we see maybe like a little sort of line like that, like so. And then the skin line on the other side of his mouth, just there. Right, like so. Right, so then his neck. So the front of his neck comes down this way, and this is all like armor on it and stuff. But we'll just do what we can see right now. So it comes down kind of that way. And then his shoulder comes out here, his chest comes out here, and then his stomach armor is like in there, so they're kind of like abs. Neck, chest, shoulder, and then arm comes out that way. Alright, so now we just add more details just for the texture on his neck and all the armor and stuff that comes back and down, and his gills and all that kind of stuff. So coming out from say this part of his jaw here, right, we got like these little sort of, so there's like 3 of those lines of spikes, right, that come out from his neck here. So you've got like a row of them, right, like that. So you're trying to kind of like make them sort of 3D, like so. Like say up here, so we'll go like a V first, just to break it down a bit simpler. And then you'll do a line in the middle there, and then just some underneath like that, and you'll just keep doing that. You can do it quite quickly, you know. Some can be bigger, some can be smaller. Alright, like so, and then like lines in the middle, kind of curving around these sections, right? here as well. So, and then on his back, we start to have those sort of scaling spikes that go back that way. So coming down the front of his body, we have like armor. So like it comes down, say around this way to a point. So there's like plates of armor then here. So they're kind of like, they kind of go like this, right? So this kind of, like this kind of thing. And then there can be texture all over it, right? So because they're like, as far as I know, it's like shell or bone, or maybe it's just hard skin. And then like more lines for like his chest and wrinkles and stuff like here. Stuff coming on his arm, so like you're trying to make him look scaly and stuff. So like, can we see? I don't think his arm is too high up to see any lines of his bicep or anything. So we'll just keep kind of like that, right? So, and then he's got gills, right? So like just little gills that come down from his jaw, coming down. Like that, and then so we can make it sort of bumpy on the bottom just to make it kind of like wrinkly skin or something, you know. And then add as much of this texture now as you want, right? But I think I'll leave it there. I think that's plenty, right? So then we just got to add like atomic blast coming out from both of their mouths, right? So like say here, and kind of meeting in the middle. So we'll go, and I'm just adding these sort of lines like so, right? And then, so when they meet in the middle, they'll sort of have all this spiking kind of like crazy. Crazy stuff like fire and right, kind of like this, and then you have to do the same thing sort of down, like all this wind and debris and stuff like. And you have to do the same thing then coming down here, right? So and you're just sort of, you're thinking fire and energy, and you're some blasts of stuff coming off, like all dots and so it could be like debris in the air, you know, these kinds of things. And then you sort of colour that side red, you know, they meet in the middle, obviously sort of kind of mix, so it becomes probably red and blue, bit of purple maybe in there. That's what I'll do probably when I'm colouring. But I think that'll do, guys. That's how to draw Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla with their atomic breath. Hope it was helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.